Hello YouTube, it's Tony. So today I'll be showing you a loot from 10 hours of killing Nihils. So I made a Nihil Slayer guide earlier this year, and I actually decided to do a full 10-hour test. As you can see right now, my kill count is 7,450. So I'm going to be explaining my equipment and inventory setup differences. This time I use Ascension crossbows because of the Needle Strike ability. The other reason is because it's cheaper than Noxbow. Cinderbeam gloves also helps here because it increases the poison damage. I decided not to use Chinchappas on Nihils since it's extremely difficult to survive. I highly doubt it can be even done on Revolution, but I mean the kill rates can be a lot higher. The Luck of the Dwarves was used instead of Surgeon's Ring. The auras I mainly used were Penance and Vampirism. Sometimes I even use Dark Magic aura when they're both on cooldown. I would bring around 10 or so replenishment potions every trip. As for my strategy, well, I was a little rusty at first. Now because I was using NXT, the graphics look so dark. Even setting my light settings to maximum, I still couldn't see some elements. So I banked every 20 minutes every trip, and it's usually because my inventory gets filled with Nihil pouch ingredients. It would take me around a minute to get back there, maybe 2 minutes. So yes, as you can see, it's very click intensive overall. The reason being is that the Nihils move all over the place. So I tried to time Corruption Shot very well, so that way it would spread all over the map. Alright, so here are my stats. I did this over the course of 2 days, and yeah, it was quite grindy and tedious. I killed a total of 2,612 Nihils, which would get me 261 kills per hour. I got a little over 3 mil range XP, which would have gotten me 300k range XP per hour. So I mostly killed Smoke Nihils. Alright, so here's my full loot. To start off, I got 417 Nihil pouch ingredients, which means it dropped 16% of the time. I also got 2 super rare RDT drops, which were 53 prayer potions and 187 battle staves. Wearing Luck of the Dwarves might have helped, but either way, the profit added was pretty marginal anyways. So I got 45.5 mil worth of Nihil pouches, and I needed 63k Elder Energies to make them all into pouches. I ended up spending 7.8 mil to buy these, and it took me a little under 10 minutes to make all the pouches. This time I didn't convert the Smoke Nihil ingredients to other Nihils, cause yeah, the price wasn't that much different. Honestly though, as a whole, I had no trouble selling these pouches. I also got 28.5 mil loot from the other drops, which means in total I would get 74 mil loot from 10 hours. So what I didn't show were 8.2 mil in coin piles, which I only showed 401k. I also got 27.6k Elder Energies. Now the reason being is that I used my energies for the pouches, and I ended up spending my cash pile to get more Elder Energies. In total, if I didn't spend that, it would have gotten me 14.4 mil worth. So I'm going to be comparing my Nihil guide loot. What's shown on screen is the loot I got from the Nihil task that took me 24.5 minutes, and I killed 112 of them. This time I got 7.4 mil GP per hour profit, and without the pouches this would be 4.2 mil. Although it would have been 2.85 mil, because yeah, I got 28.5 mil loot from my 10 hours, I actually would have included the Elder Energies and the cash stack because I wouldn't have spent it on making the pouches. Originally I claimed it was 10 mil GP per hour and 4.5 mil GP per hour without the Nihil pouches. My kill speed was only 10 kills less per hour compared to on Slayer task, so it really shouldn't have made that much of a difference. The prices weren't even that much different than before anyways. In fact, it was actually slightly higher than before. So with all that being said, what went wrong? Well, the first problem was that because I tested only one Slayer task and recorded the profit per hour by extrapolating it. The reason I did that was because the drops were pretty consistent overall. I simply didn't have that much time to do that many hours of loot, and I didn't want to mix up the loot with my Slayer tab. In honesty, I had no intention of clickbaiting, and I do apologize because the sample size was too small. The other problem was that I didn't factor in the cost of Elder Energies previously. It would have costed me 30k to make each Nihil pouch, which would have been 8.2 mil GP per hour if you were to use the old guide. So the majority of the loot aside from the pouches consists of Cadantine herbs as well as crushed nests, both of which have crashed pretty significantly. So currently I would have at least had 600k more GP per hour if I used the prices of February 2017. So the fourth problem is because I killed way too many Smoke Nihils compared to before. So I was looking at the Wikipedia drop table, and it seems like Smoke Nihils give you the least amount of profit per kill in terms of the skilling resources. The reason my majority of the kills were Smoke Nihils was because I really feared a splashing Corruption Shot. See, when it splashes, it doesn't actually spread the AoE, so that's why I tried my best to aim it at the Smoke Nihil so that other Nihils could walk by it and spread it even further. So yeah, if I had the Slayer Helmet bonus on task, then I would have aimed the Corruption Shot to every Nihil, except maybe Blood though. Now I might have missed a few drops here since yeah, this place was pretty dark, but I doubt it would have made a huge difference anyways. Overall I can say the main problem was because of the calculation part, and yeah, small differences can really add up. All I can say though is that it's still at least 7 mil profit per hour. I think the reason why the pouches are so expensive is because, well, a lot of high level PVMers will need the accuracy boost from the Nihils. With that being said, this method's pretty amazing for something that doesn't require high Slayer level. But yeah, it can even be done with tier 80 range gear. Now I do have a full guide on how to kill them, and I'll leave that link in the description. If not, I will also leave a full 1 hour footage of me camping these. So yeah, thanks for watching and I hope it helps. If I missed anything, feel free to ask.